If you are planning on traveling from London to Paris on the Eurostar, you are in the right place.
In this video, we're going to take you step by step through where to go, how early to arrive, what to expect on the train, and what happens once you arrive in France. Plus, a few common mistakes that a lot of people make on their first trip.
Let's start right at the beginning, where the Eurostar actually leaves from in London and how to get there. The Eurostar from London to Paris departs exclusively from St Pancras International. There are no other departure points in London, so this is the only station you need to come to.
St Pancras is extremely well connected and sits directly above King's Cross St Pancras Underground Station. It's served by multiple tube lines, including the Northern, Victoria, Piccadilly, Circle, Hammersmith and City, and Metropolitan lines. Many national rail services also terminate here, which makes it one of the easiest stations in London to reach. For you, it's very probable that you will be staying in central London, so the lines you want to keep an eye on are the Piccadilly line or the Circle line.
St Pancras is a very large and busy station, but Eurostar departures are clearly signposted and easy to find. As soon as you arrive to the station, follow the signs to the Eurostar International departures. The entrance is on the ground floor and you'll see clear blue signs saying Eurostar and International departures.
A lot of people travel to Paris as a day trip, which usually means booking a very early Eurostar departure. Or maybe you just want to remove as much travel stress as possible. In that case, one of the best options, and what we personally recommend, is staying at St Pancras London Autograph Collection. This hotel isn't just nearby, it's inside the station itself. You can wake up, leave your room, and be at Eurostar International check-in within minutes. This way, there's no need for taxis, public transport, or rushing through London with suitcases.
This is especially useful if you are traveling with a large luggage or as a group, because you can time your arrival at security perfectly rather than arriving too early or just cutting it too close. What's really interesting though is that the rooms are modern and spacious, and some of them literally have windows facing inside St Pancras station itself, which is a pretty unique experience.
Eurostar works much more like an airport than a standard train service. You can't just turn up and walk straight onto the train. Before boarding, you will need to check in, go through security, exit UK border control, and enter French border control, all at St Pancras. This is actually really smart and a big advantage because the French border control is at St Pancras, so once you arrive to France, you don't need to pass any passport control. And if you've ever flown into Paris and had to wait a really long time in immigration queues, you will really appreciate this.
The official Eurostar website recommends arriving at least 90 minutes before departure. And this is especially important on weekends, holidays, and during summer travel. If you arrive late, you may not be allowed to board, even if the train hasn't departed yet.
On very quiet days, arriving 90 minutes early can feel like a bit of a long wait because obviously there isn't much to do inside the departures area. But honestly, it's much better to wait and know you will catch the train than risk missing it. It's also important to mention that if your nationality requires a visa to enter France, this is when you will need to show it. I know that UK and US passport holders are visa exempt, but make sure to double check the requirement for your country.
After security and passport control, you will enter a large waiting area, which feels very similar to an airport terminal. There are seats, toilets, departure screens, 2 food and drink spots, and a duty-free shop. You can see that options are limited here, but we will be giving you our recommendation on what to do for food and snacks later on this video.
A key tip, if you can, use the toilets in the main St Pancras station before entering the waiting area. Once inside, it can get extremely busy and queues can get long very quickly. Platforms are usually announced 20 to 30 minutes before departure, and once your platforms appear on the screen, boarding starts immediately. This is not the time to hang back, chill, especially if you're traveling with suitcases. Luggage storage on the Eurostar is limited and shared, with racks at the ends of carriages and some space between seats.
Boarding early gives you the best chance of storing your suitcase close to your seat. This is very important because luggage is not checked or supervised, so keeping it within sight is always best.
We don't want to scare you, we want this video to prepare you, and you need to know that bag theft does happen, so just be aware of your belongings and keep an eye on them at all times.
Now, if you board late, you may need to store your luggage further away or even in another carriage.
I guess how busy the train will be is usually easy to judge just by how crowded the waiting area is. Let's talk about tickets and how to get the best prices. You have two main options. If you're doing a day trip and want everything organized for you, you can book a guided day trip from London to Paris. Crazy, I know. We think it's totally worth it. It includes Eurostar tickets, lunch at the restaurant on the first floor of the Eiffel Tower, a river St cruise, transportation in Paris, and a guide. It's literally the dream trip.
It's a great option if you want to see a lot of Paris in just one day with minimal planning and effort required. And we have left the link to this experience in the description. And if you have any questions about it, feel free to leave a comment or email us.
The second option is booking tickets yourself through the Eurostar website or app. When you search, simply type France and select Paris Gare du Nord as your destination.
What's great about the website is that when you click on the dates, you can see the prices very significantly depending on demand, time of day, and how far in advance you book. If you book 1 or 2 weeks in advance, prices are often around £100 or more for standard class. But if you book a month or more ahead, you can sometimes find tickets as low as £39 for just one way, which is excellent value.
The next step will be choosing your departure time and class. You can see that different times of the day have different prices, but if you are going for a day trip, you may want to book the earliest train. All trains do take the same route and roughly the same duration, so the main difference here is price and comfort.
Eurostar Standard is the cheapest and perfectly fine for a 2-hour, 15-minute journey.
Eurostar Plus includes a light meal and more spacious seating, while Eurostar Premier adds lounge access, priority boarding, extra luggage allowance, and what they describe as fine dining and drinks on board. With the Eurostar Premier lounge access, you can enter the lounge 2 hours before, and it opens at 4:40 in the morning. So even if you book the first train, you can still make the most of it. It is difficult to say what you will find at the lounge because it varies on the time of the day, but they mostly serve snacks and drinks.
And to be fair, I'm not sure if they even serve hot food, but if you know, it would be amazing if you could let us know in the comments.
If you were to ask us which to choose, it really depends on how you like to travel. Personally, we are more than happy with Eurostar Standard for this route because we prefer to save on the train and splurge in Paris.
Once you head to the platform, you will want to find the correct carriage and your seat. The seats are normally allocated randomly, but there is a trick. If you log in onto your Eurostar account and then click on Manage Your Booking, you can usually change your seat. This is especially helpful if you get motion sickness and want to make sure that you are facing forward.
That's me.
Is a great example for Carol.
Each carriage has digital signs outside the door showing the carriage number, which makes it really easy to find the right one. On board, the Eurostar feels like a modern, long-distance train. Seats are comfortable, tables make it easy to work or eat, and the ride is very smooth. There's also free Wi-Fi, toilets, a mini cafe bar, and both UK and European plug sockets. Just to manage expectations so you don't get upset like I did, when you enter the underwater tunnel, you won't see water or fish. It's completely dark and you will most likely see your own reflection in the window, just like right now.
I'm not sure I want to go on the Eurostar anymore.
That's it. There is a cafe bar on board selling hot drinks, snacks, and light meals, but the selection is limited and prices are higher than average.
A much better option is buying food before boarding, ideally in the main St Pancras station rather than the departure area, since the options inside are very limited. You can always check the supermarket in St Pancras area like Marks and Spencer's, cafes, or if you want a more elaborated stuff, you can always check the options like takeaways.
So yes, you are allowed to bring your own food on board, which is ideal if you want a proper meal or have any dietary requirements or preferences.
To be extra prepared, you can also check food options ahead of time on the St Pancras website.
The Eurostar arrives at Paris Gare du Nord. While it's technically central, it's still far from most major landmarks, so public transport will be your next step. Unless you booked the guided experience we mentioned earlier, in which case everything will be sorted out for you.
In Paris, transport is generally different to London. In London, you can just tap in and out with your phone or card. But in Paris, you'll need either a Navigo card or a digital ticket.
Essentially, the Navigo card is similar to the Oyster card. It's a rechargeable card for Paris public transport. The good thing is that you can buy a physical card as soon as you arrive with the Eurostar at Gare du Nord station, using the light blue ticket machines. If the queues are long at the ticket machines, just approach a staff member because they often sell Navigo cards directly and can answer any questions, which can end up saving you a lot of time.
We've also seen the Navigo cards sold on board of the Eurostar bar, but they are usually more expensive there, so it's best to avoid that. Instead of buying the card or paper tickets, because it can become very inconvenient, we recommend downloading an app called Bonjour RATP.
This is the official all-in-one mobile application for navigating public transport in Paris and the Île-de-France region. On the app, you can plan routes, check live transport updates, buy digital tickets, and even rent bikes or scooters, all in one place and so much easier.
If you're traveling independently, just remember that the last Eurostar from Paris to London usually leaves at 9:02, but make sure to double check your return time.
If you're booking the guided experience, then don't worry because everything will be taken care of for you. Remember to check the link in the description for the day trip to Paris.
And if you find this video helpful, give it a like, subscribe, and click one of the videos appearing on screen right now to learn more about London and Europe with us.